I was waiting. I was watching those things. Anyway, happy belated Hanukkah from Bodice, Tipplers. I'm Courtney.
I'm Sarah.
And this is the podcast where we drink about the books that we used to steal off of our grandmother's nightstands.
And we would like to tell you that we know that it's not Hanukkah anymore, and that we know just because even as we're recording this, it's Christmas Eve. It is still not Hanukkah. Hanukkah was early this year. We are just late.
Super late, possibly a little bit lazy. Also, we would give a proper Hanukkah greeting, but we don't want to be the two white assholes trying to do a thing.
Yeah, we didn't want to mispronounce it. So, to all of our Jewish friends,
Happy Hanukkah.
Happy Hanukkah. Belated. So we did for this, we actually did a extracurricular Bodice Tipplers thing. It will be a 2016, a modern romance novel. We'll get to that in a minute. But first, we got Mailbag. We got people who actually want to talk to us.
Yes. So
amazing.
The first mailbag that I have is from Instagram. And again, you guys, please keep this coming because Sarah and I will shout into the void, even if it's just the void listening. But y'all actually commenting and giving feedback is kind of amazing, and I didn't know that I would need it so much. It makes me feel like Tinkerbell. Like,
yeah, when it started happening, my heart grew like 8 sizes. Forget the Grinch. Like,
so,
oh my God, it was amazing.
Our mailbag is from, on Instagram, Incorrigible Bibliophile. And this is in reference to our very first, well, not our very first, Flame in the Flower. The very first Bodice Ripper.
Yeah,
Bodice Ripper.
It was not our first one, but oh my God, it was our most memorable.
No, it is the most memorable.
It is the shittiest one.
Incorrigible Bibliophile writes, I was so not a fan of this particular series, despite my mom swearing it was amazing. But I do enjoy some of her stuff. A Rose in Winter might be one of my faves. So thank you for that. And also, we're putting A Rose in Winter on our to-read list, I'm sure.
We'll try her again.
Yeah.
I mean, that was her first book. Maybe she learned how to write a book after that. I mean, I kind of doubt it.
I don't know. I kind of love that you guys are sharing your stories of being younger and reading these books.
Because to me, that's what's so interesting about this, and I can't find really any scholarship about it. So I'd like to talk to a scholar about that, because nobody's writing about like this kind of generational phenomenon. Everybody about my age who I've mentioned this to says something about like, oh yeah, I read those, and ooh, that was not good for me.
Exactly. Or like, oh, I didn't really know what I was grabbing. I just wanted something to read, and this is what I read. And I just find it endlessly fascinating.
And oh my God, there was grabbing in it, and it was, whoa, grabtastic. This isn't quite Mailbag, but I was absolutely floored and tickled pink to find that Brian on Facebook actually bought all 4 Captive Passions books.
Brian, you got to keep us updated.
Yeah.
I need to know if Reagan ever gets his head out of his ass, because I hated Reagan so much.
I want to know what could possibly drive this story now that Serena got her dick cut in revenge. So I need to know. Yeah. Brian, you need to tell us.
Yeah, you need to let us know what happens, and especially that second book.
And because he wanted specifically the vintage covers, which I agree. Don't read that modern crap. I don't understand.
Yeah, it's got to be the
ugly ass. They're not even. They're boring. They're terrible.
The boring
Why
covers.
They make these?
No, I want trash on my cover.
Yeah, and luckily, see, we live in the South. We don't have subways.
Yeah.
Nobody
I want to be like
reading.
I want to be just proudly reading some of these bananas covers on the subway.
Captive Passions.
Yes.
So keep the mailbag stuff coming. And which kind of brings me to the next thing I wanted to talk about. All of the rest of my podcasts right now are begging for money. Money. Guess what? You couldn't give us money if you wanted to.
No, we don't want your money right now.
Well, actually, if you know us in person.
I mean, just give us money.
I take checks, personal checks. I don't care.
Yeah, we're going against the grain. Don't give us your money. Give us your love.
Give us your time.
Yes.
If you like our podcast, we are not sponsored by anybody. We are especially not sponsored by Morganelli's.
Specifically, not sponsored by Morganelli's.
We have not yet received a cease and desist, but it may be coming any time. So we, and it's just kind of a thing that we do for fun. So what you could really do to help us, you can share it. Like you can tell all your friends about this fun podcast that you listen to. You can review us on Facebook. When you see us on social media, anything that you can do to amplify our voices is super helpful. Like especially on Facebook. Facebook likes a like, but they love a comment. So the more you comment instead of liking on stuff, the more important Facebook thinks that our stuff is, and then the more people who will see it. So, like, when you see that crazy stuff on your news page and you're like, why do I get some of these people and not other these people? It's about engagement, and that's part of how this very complicated, obscure algorithm, why you see some stuff and other stuff. Also, when you see links from us on Facebook or on our website, they are, if they go to Amazon, they're Amazon affiliate links. I know you're already hitting next 30 seconds. Shut up. But they don't cost you any extra to shop through these affiliate links. What they do is they give us a little tiny little bit of the money that you spend. We skim like a tiny little bit off the top. And so far, we have made 58 cents.
Yes, and you guys, this 58 cents isn't going towards, trips to Bali. We're using it for the next whatever trash novel that we're going to read. So
so anytime you want to get one of these books, especially if you don't mind going through our link, we really do appreciate it. So far,
help us entertain you.
Thanks to whoever bought the 2 copies of the same gay erotica steampunk novella. Yeah, I want to know. Tell us, please. Was it good?
Yes.
I want to know real bad.
Please send us a review of that at bodicetipplers@gmail.com.
Yes, absolutely. But it doesn't just get like the stuff that you had done through the link. It also gets anything else you happen to buy on that trip. So if you're buying like a giant, like $20,000 tractor combine, you should definitely also buy a shitty romance novel. Okay, that's done. You can start listening again.
Yes, we're back to regular schedule programming.
Okay.
So we are going to talk about, again, for our very, very late Hanukkah.
We're so sorry.
Special mini episode. And again, it's kind of reader mail. We got a suggestion of, hey, try to find a Hanukkah romance. And they're super hard to find. But then we found this. And
so that's why it's contemporary. It's not usually in our...
I sort of bullied Sarah. I was like, we have to read this because it sounds amazing. So this is Hearts Alight, and it was written in 2016 by Elliot Cooper. And here is the description. Dave Cunningham hates the rampant consumerism that's come to dominate his family's Hanukkah celebrations. But a chance to bring a bit of holiday happiness to his longtime crush, Amit Cohen, helps put him in a more festive mood. In the quest to craft the perfect gift, Dave tries to urge a few personal details out of the stoic Amit. Unintentionally, he learns the Cohen's family secret. Amit is a golem. But Amit has a problem that runs deeper than his magical origin, and Hanukkah miracle might be the only thing that will keep the budding flame between him and Dave from going out.
Yeah, that all actually happens in this book.
Yeah,
seriously. It is delightfully bonkers. It is a gay golem human romance.
I loved it so much.
Yeah, I did too.
The premise of this story is basically what we just read. So Dave works at a pottery studio that I think his dad owns.
Yes.
And he just paints things.
And he's kind of a sad sack. Like, he's having a hard time. He's like
very mopey.
Failure to thrive kind of young adult.
He is very mopey.
He doesn't live in his parents' house, but, like, he's really sick and tired of everybody asking him when he's going to get a girlfriend or a boyfriend. And he's just, like, not moving very much in his life. And he's and he's not fine with that. He's sad and depressed about that.
Yes, he's very little sad sack. Like, he is what every... like little New York indie film is. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's just that guy who's always just like heavy sigh guy. Well, the only thing that brings him any kind of happiness, and I completely get it, David, is Amit, who works at his brother-in-law's bar.
And Amit is super hot and also like the older kind of
yes, he's a little bit of a silver fox. I don't know if he's quite silver, but he's like...
I think he's got silver in his temples, maybe.
Silver temple fox.
Yeah, I thought Amit was hot as hell.
Yes, I was here for Amit. He's like all strong and silent type. And so Dave goes to the bar, has a beer, tells off some blonde guy that was hitting on him, and he's like, I don't want any part of you, you're obnoxious. He's trying to find out Amit's favorite color. It's very twee and very cute, and we find out that it's blue. And then Amit collapses.
Like, Amit's trying to talk, and he, like, kind of can't.
Right.
So, and then there's, like, the back of the bar kind of sweet scene, and, like, Dave's all worried about him and all.
Dave walks him back to the Pottery Studio where they're going to paint, and, like, they legit paint. I was like, yes, the Pottery Studio, things are happening. No, things don't happen. They paint. And
it's real sweet, though.
It is. It's very precious. So Dave touches Amit, and then
with like paint, like pottery glaze. It's not paint. It's pottery glaze, which of course is clay and glass, right?
Yeah.
Like, you know, I'm trying to like remember my third grade art classes. And that fills in. He notices that Amit has scars on his forehead, which are really like the words on the golem's. And
I think maybe the thing is Amit's like super upfront. He's like, "Hey boy, just so as you know, I'm a golem." And Dave's like, cool, man.
Yeah,
Cool.
like,
That's
everybody
fine.
accepts this very well.
It's super just like, there's no pause. There's no like, let me take a moment to think about this.
Like, all right.
So.
Because he was so down to fuck. That's why.
Yeah, he was really DTF. So he uses his paintbrush and his magic love touch, and he heals the golem who was dying. Like,
he's fading, I guess.
Yes,
is what
he's
you would
fading.
Because he has like tattoos also on his hand, and that's like
Yeah.
what he fills in. Yeah.
So-
and suddenly he can talk again. So actually, he wasn't really a strong silent type the whole
No, he was
time.
just dying.
It's just that people were like, "Oh, that guy, he's so quiet." And the
so
guy's like,
Dave's thirsty touch saves Amit, and Amit is now fine, and they are free to converse. And they start like
And
hanging out.
Pretty much the rest of it. They just
Well,
like
you
get
have
to hang
your
out.
you have your whole like Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh,
thing,
yeah,
and,
they,
and like
yeah,
again, I'll be
David
playing
plays
on my
D&D.
phone. It's
It's super sweet. Like they do it by Skype.
It's very,
It's adorable.
Very adorable.
It's really cute. But he does go
Amit
on a
brings
little
like Chinese food over, and they have a little date. Here's the thing, though, Dave. Like, maybe make your first date not.
walk. Well, that's where you find out. You separate the men from the boys.
I guess
you know?
so. I guess I'd be like, you know, like you got to ease me into this. All
But
of a
they
sudden,
just
like,
they just kind of
I'm an elf. Like, you know.
they're really like they get really close to each
Oh,
other, and
it
it's all
is-
full attention.
it's very
Oh,
precious.
yeah.
And then they go to like Hanukkah.
And let me
the
explain
first night of Hanukkah.
that these people in this book do Hanukkah up. Like, now, I understand that all the Jewish people I know are South Carolina Jewish people. But if this is like Hallmark Christmas Channel, all like put together Hanukkah
It's very
celebration. These
elaborate.
people are hardcore for Hanukkah.
Yeah.
It's wonderful. It's just like the cutest thing. Like they are so serious about their dreidel competition. And
There's
they are,
I
like,
had to look it up. There was a dreidel stadium, and I was like, "What is that?" And then because again,
like Beyblades, I guess, right?
well, I'm a basic white lady from South Carolina, so I look up the dreidel stadium, and it's like it's a little thing. It's like a little stadium that you have your dreidel competitions in.
Well, Amit does not care for the dreidel song for obvious reasons, because if you are yourself made out of clay,
that's
this
true.
is weirdly
I mean,
uncomfortable.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's
It's just that they go through Hanukkah and they're getting closer together.
and the
that's
book ends, I think,
pretty
on
much
the
it.
8th night, and it ends with Amit being like, "Hey, boy, you want to stay over?" And Dave's like, "Yeah." And it's like the end. I was like, "No, you can't end it there." I was ready. Like,
I wanted a joke about how he lasted 8 nights. I mean, I wanted like.
well, there's a lot of things that I feel like could have happened because, like, okay, Dave's magic thirsty love touch is the thing that's healing Amit. Like, I was like ready for like
some friction.
slapping bits. Like, okay, like if it's just a hand touch, what about a penis touch? You know, like,
Oh yeah.
wouldn't that be more powerful? Anyway, it's a very, very, very sweet book. It's very earnest.
It was such a palate cleanser after,
Yes.
oh god, Captive Passions was the last one that we read, and this just felt so good to read something.
Oh my
that
god, it
fluffy.
was really sweet.
Yeah.
Like, there's like only it's one of those books though. If you start thinking about it, you start unraveling things.
It's really fucking disturbing
Yeah.
and dark.
But we'll do our questions, even though some of our questions don't really work. But bastard to bay ratio.
Oh, they're so sweet.
There's no bastard.
No.
Like, there's no the only bastard is possibly the Uncle Joe who made Amit. And he made Amit after his brother died. So he made Amit to be like a surrogate brother. But it does beg the question, like, you basically made a mud slave, dude.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. He you literally made a
Yeah.
mud slave. I don't know. I don't know. It's
Yeah.
just like the more you think about it, the more disturbing it kind of is.
Yeah, our 1.5, the Bechdel to bitch, doesn't really apply.
Well, they all have friends.
Everybody has friends.
loves
Everybody has
everybody.
conversation. It's great.
Like they're all even super supportive. It's just that, like, you know.
Yeah, like, again, it's if we start thinking about that, if we start unpacking some of it.
Yeah, that somebody has a family secret that is like kind of a disturbing family
Yes.
secret.
Okay. How racist is it? Not
Not
racist
at
at all.
all.
Thank you, Elliot Cooper.
Yes.
Oh, so nice. All right, 3. Would you mind if someone slapped the hero?
Oh God, yes.
I'd be
kill
very
them.
upset.
Yes,
I
very
feel like
upset.
Dave's like my sad little brother. Like, I feel like I could slap him,
That's different.
but I'd be upset if anyone else did. All right. Would your 12-year-old self have dog-eared any pages? There's, again, nothing overtly sexual, but it is very sweet.
Yes.
And so I think my 12-year-old self would have loved it and would have been like, I want to love this pure. I want golem love. Like, yeah.
And
so
it's hot in the sense that there's all this very
Yes, chemistry.
cheesy- yeah, it's super chemistry.
It's super
Yeah.
chemistry. Okay. Number 5. What is the CW level of authenticity for this book? I think the CW needs to contact Elliot Cooper and buy the rights to this, because I think
This feels exactly like a
the
made-for-TV
golem, you know,
movie.
My Boyfriend is a Golem would be amazing.
Yes.
And people would watch the shit out of it. So CW, if you're listening, I've just given you an awesome idea.
Yeah.
Elliot Cooper, make that call.
Yeah, like why let Hallmark steal the holidays?
Yeah.
Did they even have like a Hanukkah
I don't know.
movie?
We need to, we'll investigate that
Yeah.
and get that to you next time. Okay, and then our last question, what kind of booze is this book? I think that this is some kind of like Brooklyn cool micro brew, because they're always
Really?
hanging out like
Because I think that's too
at the
bitter for this.
bar.
This is like champagne.
Hmm.
This is like, you know.
Yeah, I
yeah,
go
it's
with
fizzy,
like,
you know.
it was very, yeah, I can see
It's
fizzy.
just like not too sweet. Well, okay, it's kind of a little bit too sweet. It's like when you're at a wedding and they spent just like not quite enough in the champagne. You're like, this is super sweet. You drink it anyway.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a little bit Prosecco-y.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's nothing wrong with that.
No,
Just a little,
no,
you know.
and it was very sweet.
Yes.
So again, I think my only issues with it, one, is Dave is super cool. There's a point where Amit's like, so as a golem, I'm not gonna die. I'm not gonna get old. And Dave's like, that's fine. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. And
But
then-
I don't want to say
Yeah.
in real life,
Yeah.
but yeah, that is kind of that's kind of an issue.
you got to think about it a little
It's
bit.
gonna
Yeah.
come up. Like you had to at least have this discussion.
Yeah, like you got to talk about it. And I guess he was like, you know, let's go out a couple times, which fine. And then also the whole mud slave.
And then also that I understand that to get this book to work, you have to be like, okay, so you're golem next. But on the other hand, like, whoa, you just found out that Jewish magic is real.
Exactly. Like he took that shit in stride, y'all. Like Dave was like, fine.
Yeah, good. But I mean, and he does at the end, like, go to Joe and ask, like, hey, can you teach me how to do magic?
I think it's just really, it goes down to like the power of being a thirsty bitch. Like you will forgive anything. You will get over anything.
That is true. That is absolutely
So
true.
you'll be like, yeah, that's fine, whatever. So again, super short and sweet episode. Happy late Hanukkah. Our next episode is gonna be on.
Well, we actually kind of have a treat month for you in
Yes.
January. We're going to read books that we actually did read when we were way too young to read them.
Yes.
Like, books out of our childhoods.
So we're doing one of Sarah's first books.
Mm-hmm.
And next time is going to be Danielle Steele's Palomino.
Oh, yeah. It's totally going to... We're
so
going there.
if you want to do the reading, go ahead and grab that.
It's probably already in your house.
Yeah, I mean...
Like, they just get in somehow.
Yeah, and so we'll also be sure to check our Facebook and the Twitter and our website, and you'll see any kind of trigger warnings, anything like that you might need to worry about.
And remember that we always do have, like, some extra material on there.
Yes.
If we have done a musical guest, which we didn't do this time, we have, like, the information on them. We usually have, like, other things you can read that you might enjoy.
Yeah.
So, yes, don't forget to go to our website, even if you're getting your podcast by subscription, because we do have extra material there for you.
BodiceTipplers.com.
BodiceTipplers.com.
And we'll see you in 2019.